So here we are. We've been living in the house now a week, but we started planting the garden a couple of months ago before we moved in, so that it would already be popping a little bit. So just going to show you some of the more interesting stuff that we've got here. So this is an elephant ears leaves, but it's got a variegated stem. So we have another one of those in the bathroom, so that's a little different. You'll see a regular one around the back which has no variegation. It's a little herb garden. We have a baby elephant ears here which is variegated. So this one will grow up. Well, you'll see how big they get when we go around the back. We've got a giant sensation. That wasn't doing too happy where it was before, so we cut off the dead leaves. We've recently replanted it here, and it seems to be doing okay. It's creating some new leaves. We'll see how that goes. So the front garden still needs a little bit of work. It's not too happy with that yet, but the side's doing nicely. These will grow out into a nice hedge of flowers along the side here. The bamboos, we'll keep these trimmed, not too high, but just enough so that we can give some shade to the side here and a bit of privacy for when our neighbor builds. It also helps to shade the air cons, make them run a little cooler, which makes them more efficient. Now here's some interesting plants. We've got here pitcher plants. So these are nepenthesis, actually native to Philippines, Malaysia. So they like the climate. You get highland and lowland varieties. I'm not an expert on them, so I'm not really sure which type this is. I got these from a guy in San Fernando Pampanga who specializes in pitcher plants. You can find him on Facebook. The link is in the notes below the video. So we've got this one's pretty large. This is new. It only just opened a week ago. So they will attract insects. They'll fall inside and then they get eaten basically. So these have to be in a pot because they get all of their nutrients from the insects, no nutrients from the soil. So they have to be in a special mixture. This one here, it's an old pitcher. I'm hoping it's going to make a new one. It's just coming out there. This one seems to be struggling a little. But then over here we have another pitcher plant which is doing really well. It's making lots of babies. We've got a new one coming here. We've got a new one coming here. And these like to climb. So I'm hoping that eventually it'll get up here onto the rubber tree and it'll climb up that branch there. So we've got a couple of rubber trees. This is a lemon and lime rubber tree. And we've got a ruby rubber tree here. And at the front we have a burgundy one. We lined the back of here with what's called locally the tobacco plants, but they're not the smoking variety. And I think they're a species of banana. And then over here then we've got a couple of peace lilies just to add a little bit of color. This bird's nest fern, it's a little bit sunny for it here, but I'm hoping that as this rubber tree grows and provides it some more shade, it'll be a little happier. So growing up this post here, we've got a giant pothos. So that eventually will get all the way up to the top there and make that look nice. And we've got here then some horsetail reeds and some air plants. So this is Spanish moss. They don't need to be in soil. They just get all their nutrients from the air and water that lands on them. And then we've got a few other air plants here and up there at the top. So eventually this will form like a curtain and provide some privacy for this area, which is going to be turned into a little seating area. You can sit there with a coffee and a book. Come around 12 o'clock. This is shady. So we're still early in the morning. This is 8:57 right now. Here's our living wall where we've got some begonias on here. A few different varieties. We've got an angel wings begonia up there. We've got this one. Again, I'm not an expert on all the names, but they told us at the store this is an aluminum begonia. It's got some flowers starting to come. And when the sun shines on these petals, they kind of sparkle like they're metal, like they're aluminum. So I just keep everything trimmed around these begonias so that they can come out. So there's our biggest one here with some flowers on already. We've got another species of begonia down there. And another one here. None of those are flowering yet. And then here we got our lotus. This we only brought a couple of months ago. We had this pond made so that we could plant it without having a permanent structure, because here in Ayala we're not allowed to have permanent structures within the setbacks. So this is a temporary, could be moved. So we got this at Quezon Turning Circle at the garden centers there, and it only had a couple of leaves when we got it, and it's really spread out very quickly. and it's already given us 3 flowers. This one's just finished. There's 2 older ones here. There's the seed pods that are left, and we've got 2 new flowers coming out. So this is a white flower type of lotus. When I bought it, I didn't know the color. I was hoping it would be the pinky color, but they come out white. But probably in a few years, maybe I can replace it. They have to be subdivided anyway and dug up every couple of years, because the tubers will start to get too many of them down there in the mud underneath. So to plant this, you just put a couple of inches of water, and underneath then is clay mud. They like a kind of clayey soil, like a mud. And we've got tadpoles living in here now. See them swimming around in there. So we have a frog that comes to visit, likes to lay its eggs. So that's good, because the tadpoles will eat any mosquito larvae and things like that maybe get planted, get laid in there. We also have quite a few dragonflies I see flying around occasionally. This plant we relocated. It was down the side of the house earlier, but it really didn't like it there. It's too sunny. All the leaves were turning yellow. It's been here now for a couple of weeks, and the leaves are turning back green, and it seems to be happy again. Back there we've got some heliconias and some birds of paradise. Eventually they'll grow up, cover this perimeter wall here. We got a regular elephant ears, no variegation, so you can see the difference. There's no variegation on the stems of this, there's no variegation on the leaves compared to the other 2 that I showed you earlier. And then over here we got our black magic. So this basically is our area for all different kind of species of alocasias. We've got some caladiums there as well. And then coming over here, my daughter would like to show you what she planted as part of her school project. What's this, Rhiannon?
It is okras.
The okras here. This is okra. So what can we do with this? When it grows, you can harvest it and eat it.
But yeah? I don't like the taste.
You don't like the taste of okra? How'd you know? Did you try it already?
No, but I think it's yucky.
You think it's yucky? Yeah. Comment down in the comments below if you like okra or if you think it's yucky. Okay. So here we've got an Olympiad. This was, when we got it, it was huge. The leaves were this size, but there was about 10 of them, and it was about 5 foot tall, and it was supposed to be for indoors, but it really was taking up too much space in the place where we had it. We moved it outside, unfortunately, into too much sun, and it wilted within a couple of hours, and we thought it was gone. So we moved it back outside to a shady place, cut off all the dead leaves. These 2 survived, and then it even went on to make a baby, so we planted another one down there. So this eventually will get quite large as it's planted in the ground outside. So that's our outdoor plants, what we've got out here. I'll do another video another time indoors. Oh, just before I go, this is our fern tree. So this is quite nice. Interesting thing about this is that the roots are actually above the ground. So all of this here is all part of the roots or part of the rhizomes. And when you water it, you should water the stems, not only the ground at the bottom. It really soaks in a lot of water from that furry trunk there. So pardon the mess over here. This is all not finished. This will be our barbecue area. Although we're living here already, we've still got a few little bits of jobs to do. There's one of our dragonflies flying around there. I saw it a moment ago. So that's it. You'll see the progress of the garden as you follow along the YouTube channel. So hit subscribe to keep up to date and see all our latest videos from here in Alviera, Pampanga.